Okay, so improving English listening skills
Yeah.
can sometimes feel like
Right.
you're drinking from a fire hose.
Yeah.
There's just so much content out there.
Right. Like, where do you even begin?
Exactly. And that's what we're going to be doing in this deep dive today.
Okay.
We're going to break down a really popular YouTube video
Mhm.
that helps people figure out how to be more confident
Right.
English listeners.
And, this video is great because
Yeah.
the creator is so friendly and encouraging.
Oh, totally.
It makes you feel like you could do it like you have a cheerleader in your corner.
Totally. So we're going to kind of unpack the most powerful tips from this video.
Okay.
And we're going to do a deep dive into like the why behind them.
Awesome. I love that.
Yeah. So like not just what works,
Right.
but how it's actually rewiring your brain for better comprehension.
That's cool because one thing this video does
Yeah.
is it challenges how we think about listening.
Okay.
It's easy to just think, oh, I'm just catching words, but it's really the foundation of communication.
It's so true because if you think about like
Yeah.
a job interview or traveling,
Yeah.
just knowing vocabulary isn't enough.
Totally.
You need to understand
Nuance.
tone.
Like the intention behind the word.
Exactly. It's like you're really connecting with the speaker on a deeper level.
Yeah.
And that's where true fluency and confidence come in.
I like that.
They're fueled by
Yes.
strong listening skills.
So listening is really the bedrock.
Yeah, and this video actually says that
Yeah.
improving your listening has like a ripple effect
Oh, interesting.
on all your English abilities.
Okay, so we've talked about the why.
Right.
Now let's get to the how.
Okay.
So the video's first tip
Yeah.
is to start simple and build confidence.
You know, it might seem obvious,
Yeah.
but I think so many learners, they try to jump into the deep end too quick.
Right.
They try to tackle these like...
Really complex podcasts or movies.
Yeah.
And then they get discouraged
Right.
when they can't follow along.
Yeah.
So the video has this great analogy of
Okay.
learning to swim.
Right.
You would just throw yourself into the ocean on day one.
Right. No, you got to start on the shallow end.
Yeah, start in the shallow end.
Get comfortable.
Right.
And then gradually build up your skills.
Exactly, and your confidence.
I do know some people, though, that actually thrive
Yeah.
on challenges.
That's a great point.
Like, what's your take on that?
I think even then,
Yeah.
there's a difference between like a healthy challenge
Right.
and setting yourself up for failure.
Yes.
So when it comes to listening,
Yeah.
starting with materials
Okay.
that are just slightly above your level
Okay.
is ideal
Gotcha.
because it pushes you
Yeah.
just enough, but it doesn't overwhelm you.
Okay, so what are some good examples of that?
So this video specifically suggests
Okay.
children's books,
Okay.
learner-focused podcasts, and subtitled TV shows.
So starting simple makes sense,
Yes.
both from a confidence and a gradual learning perspective.
Right.
But what about actually making the most of these
Well,
simpler materials?
Right.
So the next tip from the video
Yeah.
is active listening,
Active listening.
which sounds very intriguing.
I love active listening.
Okay, so what is it?
Well, think about it as moving
Right.
from passive hearing to engaged understanding.
Okay.
So you're not just letting the sounds wash over you.
Right.
You're actively seeking meaning.
So it's more than just sitting back and listening.
Exactly.
So what are some steps we can take?
Well, there's some great ones. So the first one is focus on key phrases
Okay.
instead of trying to catch every single word.
Oh, thank goodness.
Right.
Yeah.
It's really about getting the gist
Yeah.
of the message,
Mm-hmm.
not getting lost in every little detail.
Yeah, that can be exhausting.
It can be so exhausting.
Trying to understand every word.
Absolutely. And you're training your brain
Right.
to filter out the noise
Okay.
and pick out the most important information.
That makes sense.
And then another one is
Yeah.
try to predict what's coming next.
Oh.
Like solve a little puzzle as you listen.
So you're actively engaging with the context.
Yes.
And trying to anticipate what the speaker might say next.
Exactly. And that's going to sharpen your listening skills.
Cool. And then the last one.
Don't underestimate taking notes.
Oh, taking notes.
Yes. Jot down new words or phrases that you hear.
Okay.
It's such a simple way
Yeah.
to build your vocabulary
Right.
and reinforce what you're learning.
It's like creating your own personalized study guide.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Okay.
And the video actually gives us a really great example of how all these active listening techniques come together.
Okay.
So let's say you hear someone say,
Okay.
I'd like to order.
Okay. I'd like to order.
Those few words give you a huge clue.
What's a clue?
You're probably in a restaurant.
Oh, right.
So active listening is about using these subtle hints
Yeah.
to construct a complete picture
Oh, that's really cool.
of what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Right.
I like that example a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. So
Right.
we've got active listening down.
Yeah.
Now, the video dives into the topic of subtitles.
Oh, subtitles.
Which can be a double-edged sword.
Definitely. Subtitles can be amazing.
Yes.
Especially for beginners, because it gives them that visual support to help follow along.
Right.
But the video cautions against relying on them too heavily.
Interesting.
They could become a crutch. That prevents you from really developing your listening skills.
So how do we strike a balance then?
Great question.
How can we use subtitles effectively without becoming dependent on them?
So the video outlines this really clever strategy.
Okay, I'm right.
Okay, so it's all about gradually decreasing your reliance on subtitles.
I like that.
So start by watching with subtitles in your native language.
Okay.
This gives you a basic understanding of the plot and the dialogue without feeling overwhelmed.
So it's kind of like having training wheels.
Oh, I love that.
When you're learning to ride a bike,
yes,
you get the support you need.
Yeah.
But the ultimate goal is to ride independently.
Exactly. And just like training wheels.
Yeah.
Eventually, you want to take the subtitles away.
Okay.
So the video suggests moving to English subtitles.
Okay.
Once you feel comfortable with the basic storyline.
Okay.
So now you can connect the spoken words with their written form.
Gotcha.
Which can be so helpful for vocabulary and pronunciation.
Like leveling up your listening skills.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're challenging yourself a bit more.
Yeah.
But you still have that safety net.
Exactly.
And then eventually, the goal is to watch with no subtitles at all.
Yes. The training wheels are off.
That's a little scary.
I know it can be scary, but by gradually weaning yourself off, you're training your brain to rely more on your own listening abilities.
And it's so exhilarating when you can do that.
It is.
Okay, so we've got subtitles down.
Right.
Now, this video brings up an interesting point.
What's that?
About the global nature of English.
Okay.
Like, there's so many accents out there.
Oh, so many.
It can be kind of intimidating.
It can be. And this is something that trips up a lot of language learners.
Yeah.
Like, you might be super comfortable understanding one accent.
Yeah.
And then you encounter a different one.
Right.
And you feel completely lost.
Totally.
So the video emphasizes the importance of exposing yourself to a wide variety of accents.
Okay, I like that.
The more you listen to different accents, the more adaptable your ear becomes.
Yeah, like I remember traveling to this one country.
Oh, yeah.
And I was so thrown off by the accent.
Right.
It took me a few days to adjust.
Exactly. And imagine if you'd been exposed to that accent before.
Right, yeah.
You had been so much more prepared to understand and communicate.
Yeah.
So that's why the video says actively seek out English content from different parts of the world.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. And YouTube's a fantastic resource for that.
Oh, yeah. YouTube's great.
You can find videos from speakers all over the world.
That's so true.
Podcasts and audiobooks are also great.
Yeah.
Because they often feature narrators with diverse accents.
And there are even language learning apps that focus on
accent training.
Accent training.
Like ELSA or LingQ.
Oh, yeah. I've heard good things about those.
Yeah, they can provide targeted exercises and feedback to help you fine-tune your ear.
Okay, so it's all about
expanding your listening comfort zone.
Yeah.
The more diverse your input, the more confident you'll become in any English-speaking environment.
I love that. Okay, so speaking of confidence.
Okay.
I am so intrigued by this next technique.
Tell me about it.
That the video introduces.
Okay.
It's called shadowing.
Shadowing. Oh my gosh.
Have you heard of this before?
I love shadowing.
What is it?
So it's so simple.
Okay.
But it's incredibly effective.
Okay.
Basically, you listen to a short clip of English.
Okay.
You pause it, and then you repeat what you heard.
Okay.
Trying to match the pronunciation.
Oh, wow.
And the rhythm.
So you're becoming...
Yeah, you're like...
the speaker's shadow.
The speaker's shadow.
Yeah.
Mimicking every word.
Okay, so what makes this technique so special?
So it's like a 2-for-1 deal.
Oh, tell me more.
For language learners.
Okay.
It works on your listening and speaking skills.
What?
At the same time. So by mimicking the speaker, you're training your ear.
Okay.
Pick up on those subtle nuances of pronunciation.
Wow.
And you're also training your mouth.
Oh, wow.
To make those sounds correctly.
It's a workout for your whole language system.
Your whole language system.
Wow. So I've never really thought about mimicking as a way to improve both comprehension and fluency.
And because shadowing forces you to pay such close attention to the details of spoken language, it helps boost your comprehension and fluency even more.
Wow, shadowing is going on my list.
Put it on there.
Of must-try techniques.
It's so good.
Okay, so the video also stresses the importance of consistent practice.
Oh, yes.
Which we hear all the time.
All the time in language learning.
But can be hard to actually put into practice.
I know, and it's so easy to get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Thinking you need to dedicate hours every day to studying.
Yeah.
But the video assures us that even small, consistent doses of practice can make a world of difference.
So it's more about quality than quantity.
Exactly.
Like it's better to do 15 minutes every day.
Yes.
Than like a 2-hour session once a week.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And it's about finding ways to weave English into your daily life.
Okay.
Make it a habit, not a chore.
Okay, how do we do that?
Okay, so the video suggests listening to podcasts during your commute.
Oh, yeah.
Watching a short English video.
Okay.
During your lunch break. Playing English music in the background.
Oh, I love that.
While you're cooking dinner.
Yeah, it's those little pockets of time that we often let slip away.
Exactly.
But if we can use them intentionally, those minutes add up.
They do.
And it becomes a natural part of your day.
It does, and then it feels less like studying and more like just living your life.
Totally.
But with like an English soundtrack.
I love that. And speaking of making it feel natural.
Okay.
The video encourages listeners to not be afraid to ask for help.
Oh.
But that can sometimes feel awkward.
It can feel awkward. I know a lot of learners are hesitant to ask questions. They might feel like it's a sign of weakness or they're worried they're being judged. But this video reframes it in such a beautiful way.
Okay. I like that.
It says that asking for clarification is actually a sign of strength.
Okay.
It shows that you're engaged.
Yeah.
Curious. And actively seeking to understand.
It's like taking ownership of your own learning.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so what are some good phrases?
Okay, so let's say you didn't quite catch something. Don't be afraid to say. Sorry, could you repeat that? Or if you're not sure of a word, you can simply say, what does that word mean?
Okay, easy.
Or if the speaker's going too fast, it's totally okay to ask to slow.
Yeah, politely.
Yes. And these simple phrases can make a world of difference.
I bet.
They empower you to take control of the conversation and make sure you're getting the most out of your listening experience.
So it's all about advocating for yourself as a learner.
As a learner.
I love that.
Yeah.
And finally, the video ends on such an important note for language learners.
What's that?
Be patient with yourself.
Oh, this is so important.
Yeah.
I think this is the most crucial piece of advice.
Oh, really? Why?
Because learning a language is a journey with its ups and downs.
It's a marathon.
It is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah.
There will be days when you're like, yes, I'm making progress. And then other days you're like, ugh, I'm stuck.
Yeah, totally.
So it's essential to celebrate the small victories along the way.
So like, what's a small victory?
So did you understand a new word today? Were you able to follow a conversation without subtitles?
Yeah.
Those are all wins.
Right.
Worth celebrating.
It's about recognizing how far you've come.
Yes.
And giving yourself credit.
Exactly.
For the effort.
Yes.
Okay.
And remember, even if progress feels slow, every step you take is a step in the right direction.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
The key is to keep going.
Keep going.
Keep practicing.
Practice it.
Keep believing in yourself.
Got it.
Okay, so we've covered so much ground today.
We have.
It feels like we've hiked a mountain.
We have.
Listening tips.
Yes.
And reached the summit with this panoramic view.
I love that analogy.
Of how to improve.
Yes.
But I know our listeners are busy people.
They are.
And they love quick wins.
Quick wins.
So what if you had to pick like the top 3
yes.
most actionable takeaways?
Okay, let's do it.
From this video.
Okay.
What would they be?
Okay, so for those who want to hit the ground running, I would say start with choosing listening materials.
Okay.
That are easy and enjoyable for you.
Yeah.
It sounds basic.
Right.
But so many people get bogged down trying to conquer Shakespeare before they're ready.
That's funny.
So remember, it's about building confidence and momentum.
Yes.
Not frustration.
I love that.
Right.
So start with what sparks joy.
Yes. Start with what sparks joy.
Okay. What would be your second pick?
My second pick would definitely be those active listening techniques we talked about. Don't just passively listen.
Right.
Try to predict what's coming next.
Okay.
Focus on key phrases.
Yeah.
Jot down new words.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much more you'll absorb when you're an active participant.
Totally.
In the listening process.
Okay, those are golden.
They are.
And for my third pick, I would add making English a regular part of your daily life.
I love this.
Even if it's just in those small doses, like podcasts while you walk the dog, music in the background while you're cooking dinner.
Yes.
Those minutes add up.
They do. And you know the really cool part? Is the more you practice, the more your own curiosity will take over.
Oh, that's a good point.
You'll naturally start seeking out English content that interests you.
Yeah.
Whether it's like a podcast about your hobby, a YouTube channel about travel, or even like eavesdropping on conversations at a cafe.
In a non-creepy way.
In a non-creepy way, of course.
Yeah.
But
it's so true, though. It's like, what makes language learning?
It's so rewarding.
This is so rewarding.
It's not just about textbooks and exercises. It's about connecting with the world.
Totally.
In a new way. Discovering new passions. Opening up this universe of possibilities.
That's a great point. And, you know, we've been talking about fluency. But I think it's important to clarify what we even mean by that.
Yeah, what do we mean?
Like, it's not just about understanding every single word.
Right. It's not about being perfect. It's about feeling comfortable and confident in these different listening situations.
Totally.
It's about being able to extract meaning, connect with the speaker, and engage in this authentic communication.
So fluency isn't just a destination.
Exactly. It's a
journey.
Yes. And with the right mindset. And these powerful tools.
You got it.
That we've been talking about today. Every listener out there has the potential
They do.
to be a confident and capable
Yes.
English speaker.
It's not about perfection. It's about progress, persistence.
I love that.
And enjoying the ride.
That's a great way to put it.
Right. It is.
Yeah. So exhilarating.
Yeah.
When you can just watch and understand.
Okay, so we've got subtitles down.
Okay.
Now this video brings up this really interesting point about like the global nature of English. Like there are so many different accents out there.
Oh my gosh. So many.
Which can be kind of intimidating.
It can be really intimidating. And this is something that really trips up language learners.
Like you can be perfectly comfortable understanding one accent.
Yeah.
But then you encounter a completely different one.
Totally.
And you feel completely lost.
Yeah. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What are they saying?
Yeah.
So the video emphasizes the importance of exposing yourself to a variety of accents.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. So the more you listen to different accents, the more adaptable your ear becomes.
Oh, that's a good point.
Right.
I remember going to, I think it was Australia.
Oh, yeah.
And I was so thrown off by the accent.
It takes a minute to adjust.
It took me a few days to really start to understand.
Right. And imagine if you had been exposed to that accent before.
I would have been so much more prepared.
Exactly.
To understand and communicate.
You would have been like, oh, yeah, I know this.
Yeah.
So that's why the video says actively seek out English content from different parts of the world.
So where can we find all this?
Okay, so YouTube is amazing for this.
Oh, yeah.
You can find videos from speakers all over the world.
Right.
Podcasts and audiobooks are great.
Yeah.
Because they often feature narrators with different accents.
Oh, and there are even language learning apps that focus on accent training.
Accent training specifically.
Like ELSA and LinkU.
Oh, yes. Those are fantastic.
I've heard good things about those.
Yeah, they can provide targeted exercises and feedback to help you really fine-tune your ear.
Okay, so it's about expanding.
It is. It's about expanding.
Yeah, listening. Comfort zone.
Comfort zone.
Yeah.
The more diverse your input, the more confident you'll be in any English-speaking environment.
And more prepared.
And more prepared, yes.
I love that. Okay, so speaking of confidence.
Okay.
I am so intrigued by this next technique.
Tell me.
That the video introduces. It's called shadowing.
Shadowing is so cool.
Have you heard of this?
I have. It's one of my favorites.
Oh, what?
So it's super simple.
Okay.
But so effective.
Okay.
Basically, you listen to a short clip of English, you pause it, and then you repeat what you heard, trying your best to match the pronunciation and the rhythm.
So you're becoming the speaker's shadow.
Yes. You are mimicking their every word.
What makes this so special?
It's like a 2-for-1 deal.
Oh, tell me more.
For language learning, it works on your listening and your speaking skills.
At the same time.
At the same time.
Whoa.
So by mimicking the speaker, you're training your ear to pick up on those subtle nuances of pronunciation. But you're also training your mouth.
Oh, that's cool.
To make those sounds correctly.
It's a workout for your whole language system.
Your whole language system.
Okay, so I've never thought about mimicking as a way to improve both comprehension and fluency.
But it makes sense, right?
It does.
Because you're really paying attention to how the language is spoken.
Wow, I'm putting shadowing on my list.
Do it. It's so good.
Of must-try techniques.
Awesome.
Okay, so the video also stresses the importance of consistent practice.
Oh, this is so important.
Which we hear all the time in language learning.
All the time.
But can be hard to put into practice.
I know, and it's easy to feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Thinking you need to spend hours every day studying English.
Yeah.
But the video assures us that even those small, consistent doses of practice make a world of difference.
So it's more about quality than quantity.
It is.
Like 15 minutes every day is better than a 2-hour session once a week.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it's about finding ways to weave English into your daily life.
Okay.
Like make it a habit.
Right.
Not a chore.
Right.
So how do we do that?
So the video has some great suggestions.
I'm ready.
Okay, so listen to podcasts during your commute.
Okay.
Watch a short English video.
Okay.
Like during your lunch break.
Okay.
Or play English music.
Oh, I love that.
In the background while you cook dinner.
It's about those little pockets of time that we often let slip away.
Exactly.
But if we use them intentionally, those minutes really add up.
They do.
And it becomes like a natural part of your day.
It does. And then it feels less like studying.
Right.
And more like just living your life with an English soundtrack.
I love that.
Right.
Okay, so speaking of making it feel natural.
The video also encourages listeners to not be afraid to ask for help. Oh. But I feel like that can be a little awkward.
It can be a little awkward.
Right.
I know a lot of learners are hesitant to ask questions.
Right.
Because they feel like it's a sign of weakness. Or they're worried about being judged.
Exactly.
But the video reframes this.
Okay.
In such a beautiful way.
I'm ready.
Okay. So it says that asking for clarification is actually a sign of strength.
Oh.
Because it shows you're engaged, you're curious, and you're actively seeking to understand.
It's like taking ownership of your learning.
Exactly.
Okay, so what are some good phrases we can use?
Okay, so let's say you didn't quite catch something. Don't be afraid to say, sorry, could you repeat that?
Okay.
Or if you're unsure about a word, you can simply say, what does that word mean?
Easy peasy.
Right. Or if the speaker's going too fast, you can ask them to slow down.
Yeah.
Politely, of course.
Of course.
And these simple phrases can make such a big difference.
Yeah, I bet.
Because they empower you to take control of the conversation.
Right.
And ensure you're getting the most out of that listening experience.
So it's about advocating for yourself?
It is. As a learner.
Learner.
I love that.
Yeah.
And finally,
the
video ends.
Yes.
On this note that's so important.
I know.
For language learners.
Tell me.
Be patient with yourself.
Oh my gosh, this is so important.
Right.
Probably the most crucial piece of advice.
Why is that?
Because learning a language is a journey.
And it's a marathon, not a sprint.
It is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah.
And it's going to have its ups and downs.
Totally.
There will be days when you feel like you're making so much progress.
Right.
And then other days you're like, ugh, I'm so stuck.
I feel like I haven't learned anything.
Yeah. So it's essential to celebrate those small victories.
So, like, what's an example?
Okay, so did you understand a new word today?
Okay.
Were you able to follow a conversation without subtitles?
Yeah.
Those are all wins.
Okay.
Worth celebrating.
So it's about recognizing how far you've come.
Exactly.
And giving yourself credit for all that effort.
Exactly. And just remember, even when progress feels slow, every step you take is a step in the right direction.
I love that.
Yeah.
So the key is...
keep going.
Keep going.
Keep practicing.
Keep practicing.
And keep believing in yourself.
That's a good one. Wow, we covered a lot of ground today.
We did.
It's like we climbed a mountain.
It does feel like that.
Of listening tips.
Right.
But I know our listeners are busy.
Right. They want those quick wins.
So if you had to pick the top 3 most actionable takeaway.
Top 3.
What would they be? Okay, so for those who are ready to hit the ground running, I would say start with choosing listening material that is easy and enjoyable for you.
Okay.
It sounds basic.
Right.
But so many people get bogged down.
Yeah.
Trying to like conquer Shakespeare.
Right.
Before they're ready.
Yeah, start with what sparks joy.
Exactly. Start with what sparks joy.
Yeah. What would be your second pick?
Oh, definitely those active listening techniques we talked about.
Okay.
Don't just passively listen.
Right.
Try to predict what's coming next.
Yeah.
Focus on key phrases.
Okay.
And jot down new words.
Those are golden.
It's amazing how much more you absorb
when
you're really participating in the listening process.
Okay. And then for my third pick, I would say making English a regular part of your daily life.
Oh, I love that one.
Even in those small doses.
Yes, those little pockets of time.
Yeah. Podcasts while you walk the dog.
Exactly.
Music while you cook dinner. Those minutes really add up.
They do. And you know what's so cool about that? The more you practice, the more your own curiosity will just take over.
Oh, I like that.
And you'll naturally start seeking out content that interests you.
Right. Like maybe it's a podcast about a certain hobby.
Exactly.
Or a YouTube channel about
travel.
Yeah.
Or even just listening to conversations at a cafe.
In a non-creepy way.
In a non-creepy way, of course.
Of course. But that's what makes language learning.
It's so rewarding.
So rewarding.
It's not about textbooks and exercises.
Right.
It's about connecting with the world in this new way.
I love that.
Yeah, discovering new passions.
Yeah, and open up all these new possibilities.
Exactly.
And, you know, we've been talking about fluency.
We have.
But I think it's important to kind of clarify what we mean by that.
What do we even mean by fluency?
It's not just about understanding every single word.
It's not about being perfect.
Yeah.
It's about feeling comfortable and confident in a variety of listening situations.
I like that.
It's about being able to extract meaning, connect with the speaker, and engage in authentic communication.
So fluency isn't just this destination.
Exactly.
It's a journey.
It's a journey.
And with the right mindset and these powerful tools, I think every listener out there
I agree.
has the potential to be a confident and capable English speaker.
It's not about perfection.
Right.
It's about progress.
Yeah.
Persistence.
I love
and enjoying the ride.
I love that. So there you have it.
There you go.
A deep dive into the world of English listening.
We did it.
We explored tips, techniques, and even debunked some myths.
We're along the way.
And now it's your turn.
Yes.
To take these insights and make them your own.
You got this.
Go at
Yes. Embrace the world of English. Embrace it. Listen curiously. Listen curiously. Practice consistently. Practice consistently. And most importantly, have fun with it. Have fun. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for being here.
On this deep dive.
Yeah.
And happy listening.